Hello people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Altium Designer tips number 43, and here we will going to discuss about the return path design rule in Altium Designer. So recently Altium launched a return path tool by using we can simply check for the return path for different nets, right? So like before going for the demo, I just want to show you it has few mandatory information like for the return path rule, the net or net class should have the impedance profile. So in tips number 42, I have already shown you how we can create the impedance profile. So if you guys didn't watch, please go and watch how you can create that impedance profile. The second thing is you have to fill the layer stack up information as per your manufacturer's manufacturing capability, because the Altium calculate the impedance profile using that layer stack up, right? So everything I mentioned on the tips number 42. So just go and watch. But before going further, if you guys want to order your PCB assembly from nextPCB.com, just go to the link given in the description and it will direct you to this page. Here you have to log in with your Gmail ID, and after login you have to click over the PCB assembly, and here you have to fill the detail like the number of quantity, number of the SMD pad, number of the through holes pad, now quote now, and here you have to fill all other details like the dimension of your PCB. Now if you guys want to order, just click over the PCB and here you have to add the quantity. Now click over the calculate, enter the country and the postal service in your country available, add to the cart, and here you have to upload all the three documents like the bill of material and the Gerber file and the pick and place component file. After that, submit. Now the NextPCB people will contact you through your mail ID and give you the payment link. Now we can go for the demo. So let's open the Altium Designer. So here you can see, so I'm just going to create the rule for the return path of these differential pair, as you can see here, right? So what you guys need to do, firstly, just go to the layer stack up. So design, layer stack up manager. So this is the layer stack up I'm using for this particular board. So in my case it is this one, and if it is different in your case you can change here. Now click over the impedance tab, and here we have these reference you can say the reference side of the PCB board. So for the top layer, the bottom layer is the reference, and for the bottom layer our reference is top layer, right? And we're going to calculate the you can say the impedance profile for differential. So that's why it is differential selected here. Now we will set the target impedance which is the 90, enter, right? So here we go, we have made all the changes here. Now the next step is go to the design rule. So again go back to PCB, design rules. Here under high speed section you will find the return path. We will right click here and create a new rule, select the rule. So here we have to select the impedance profile which is D90, and here select the net class which is USB in our case, or we can simply go for the single net which is the DN or D positive, right? And exclude the pad or via voids, right? Because there is a void which can be created due to vias if there is a via on the track. So we will exclude that from the design rule. This will be the 0 and apply. Okay. Now we'll go to the design. Sorry, we will go to the tool and design rule check. Run design rule check. So right now you can see there is no error here, right? Now we're going to create error, and I will show you why there is no error, because under the differential track you can see a proper ground plane, right? Because there is no intersection of track between the under this differential line, right? So yeah, but before going further I just want to show you one more thing. Just go to the design rule check, and from here you have to so you have to click here on the high speed and enable the return path badge, right? Because if it is not enabled, then the design rule check will not check for the return path, right? Now okay, now I'm just going to create few mistakes here, so you can probably see. So the first one, I'm just going to create the polygon cutouts, like one cutout will be here, this will be on the bottom layer because our track is on the top. I'll copy this thing and now refresh the polygons. Here you can see we have made a lot of mistakes here. Now we're going to run the design rule check again. So here you can see for this and this track there is a no proper return path. The return path is like this from here, right? A longer return path than the track. So this is the kind of mistake while we do during the design. So let's go for the design rule check. Here we go. So here we got the violation under the return path, for the return path, right? So now we'll see. So it will direct you to here and it is highlighted the track also. So these are the mistakes that we have made, right? So this is how our design rule so this is how our return path design rule works. And like for the clocks and for other tracks, you can implement that design rule. And I have already told you, you needed these two mandatory information to apply the design rule. Thank you.